At ICCU, to make a difference, it takes just one connection. A friendly face, an open ear, a helping hand. And then something amazing happens. We find out that we're better together. This is what Idaho Central does in our communities every day. We help our members with the small things and big dreams. This is what believing in you is all about. Idaho Central Credit Union, looking after your daily balance.
It may have been a new job or starting a new business. Maybe you were looking for a better place to raise a family. It's possible you were returning home to the place you love, to Idaho. Whatever your reason for coming, 40 years or 4 months ago, Lithia Ford of Boise wants you to know you're welcome here. Lithia Ford of Boise, where Ford begins in Idaho.
When it comes to concrete, we've got you covered. RowPaint.com offers custom concrete coating services for your garage, business, warehouse, and more. And we do it in one day. We are your complete concrete coatings solution.
So keep supporting these guys. I mean, you know, it means the world to us. And we, you know, in the end, when we're cutting down the nets, we'll remember that there was a group of fans that got us through all this. In the end, when we're cutting down the nets.
As we near 2 minutes to play. Lines up to three. Tyson Deckenhart.
On the reverse. Oh, look at that.
Ashbrook guarding Shaver. Shaver pulls it back. Leaves his feet. Shaver for three. Stunner at the spectrum. 11 straight wins for the Broncos.
Shaver with the ball now. Spins from the double. Rises and it's a save. What a shot.
In the end, when we're cutting down the nets, we'll remember that there was a group of fans that got us through all this.
Howdy folks, Captain here. Being happy going on initial descent into Las Vegas. Currently 63 degrees, clear skies. For those college basketball fans joining us on this afternoon's flight from Boise, I wish you good luck in the Mountain West Tournament. Welcome to Las Vegas.
Well, greetings, Boise State fans. Happy Saturday morning. Happy championship morning. We're live at the Circa Sports Book here at Circa Resort and Casino. They dub it the largest sports book in the world. You can see the TV screens there. They have the odds on the screens. It's just an amazing place. All the spots you can sit to watch the games at the private tables. The betting odds on the screen. And as I said, championship Saturday for the Boise State men's basketball team. My name is BJ Rains. Welcome on in. Bronco Nation News Live, presented by all of our great sponsors, including RowPaint.com, the official paint and coatings company of Boise State Athletics. Power in people, pride in painting. Thank you to RowPaint.com. Get your comments in. Get your thoughts, man. How's it feel? You're playing for a championship today. Did anybody get any sleep last night? Let us know your thoughts. Just incredible to try to sleep last night and wake up this morning. I'm sure if you're a Boise State fan, even as an unbiased media member, for me, it was fun just knowing there was going to be a championship game to cover, the interest in this team, the interest in this program. It's just been fun these last couple of months. Bronco Nation News is 24-3. I guess Boise State is 24-3 since we started Bronco Nation News back on November 30th. That was literally rock bottom. The day they lost to St. Louis was the day we started Bronco Nation News. And look what's happened since. Boise State takes off. Tyson Deckenhart moves into the starting lineup. Boise State wins the regular season title. And then now has a chance to, as you saw in the video, they cut down the nets once. They got a chance to do it again here in a couple hours here in Las Vegas. Boise State advancing to the championship game of the Mountain West Tournament with a 68-61 win over Wyoming last night in the semifinals. Boise State got up by 17 points in that game, nearly gave it away. And all of a sudden, Boise State hangs on, wins, and the Broncos will play for their first ever Mountain West postseason conference tournament championship at 4 o'clock Boise time. The game will be on Big Boy CBS. You got Kevin Harlan on the call. It's a huge deal. This is one of the biggest games in the history of Boise State basketball. You get to be on big time CBS. You get national audience watching you. one of the best ratings you've probably ever had, and you got a chance to, take down San Diego State, who's been the standard in this league for a long, long time on the basketball side. It doesn't get any better than this. I think Boise State players might have preferred to play Colorado State. They had lost to them twice. They were a little pissed off. They wanted a chance to play them for a third time. So I think, for them they would have liked the possibility to get some revenge on Colorado State. But I think San Diego State has a lot of intrigue to it as well. Even though they've already beat them twice, both were really close games, down to the wire both times. Remember the one where Kejab got the foul call after Bradley missed the free throws a couple weeks ago in Boise. So, San Diego State's going to be fired up for round 3 with Boise State. There's no doubt about that. And for Boise State, they've got a chance to take down the team that's been the standard in this league for a long, long time. And, I mean, it's just it's going to be a lot of fun. I know Don Moe, some other Boise State fans were texting me last night after the game that they're getting in the car at 3:30 a.m. and driving down today. Folks are getting on plane, flying down today. I mean, it's going to be it's the first time ever Boise State in the championship game of the Mountain West tournament. It's pretty surreal just to even say that. So let's get to some comments here. We got all kinds of stuff we're going to get to. Let's get to some comments, and then we'll play some video from last night. We got all kinds of stuff to get to. We'll see if any special guests want to drop by as well. We got some feelers out, but a lot of Bronco Nation is maybe still resting a little bit on this one, but we'll see. We got Go Broncos from Bradley. Kurt chiming in, good morning, Bronco fans. Dakota, good morning, Bronco Nation. Let's get this tournament title. Curtis chiming in, let's bring home a tournament championship today. Jordan saying the pilot audio in the intro gives me chills every time. Let's go. That's all the work of Colin Mitchell, our intern associate reporter, who's doing a heck of a job. He put that whole thing together, so we appreciate him for what he's doing. Good morning, BJ. Couldn't sleep last night. Keep dreaming of basketball. Jen, not sleeping much as well last night. Patty, Peter Olson, sleep? Not really. Hopefully the team was able to get some sleep. Congratulations on the big win. Take care of the ball. Bring home the title. Go Broncos. Mike saying big hype. Going to be a physical one later today. Can't afford to give up a big lead like yesterday, but winning is winning. Let's go. Jordan chiming in. To finally get to the championship during a banner year for the entire conference is amazing. How about Jordan getting some TV time last night? You guys see that during the game? Jordan was there in the front row with the Blue Collar Club folks. I think Fred Flintstone was down there. You had Nate with the big orange hat dancing. They were all kind of down there in the first couple of rows. They're going to have their battle for him tonight. The show brought it yesterday. There's probably going to be 40 or 50 students for San Diego State. They're all dressed up. The show brought it, and they're going to be bringing it on social media and stuff. So we'll see if Jordan and company can try to hold their own, I guess, so to speak, with the student section for San Diego State. Well, that's going to be a side battle to this game tonight, and I guess this afternoon, 3 o'clock here in Las Vegas is the tip time. And again, it's on big time CBS. You got Kevin Harlan on the call. I mean, it literally doesn't get any better than this. Let's take a quick look at the updated odds for this one. Boise State currently is an underdog, 2.5 points. This is the board here at Circa Sports. Just took this photo a couple minutes ago. So you've got San Diego State favored by 2.5. If you're feeling confident about Boise State, they are plus 125 on the money line. And the over-under, which started at like 119, is already down to 117. So that's basically like a 60 to 57 final is kind of what they're looking at right now. San Diego State, roughly 60 to 57. So what do you make of San Diego State being favored in this game, Boise State fans? Does that slight you a little bit? That tick you off? You've already beaten them twice. You're the number 1 seed, and yet San Diego State comes in as the favorite. Not sure I see that. Not sure I get that, but it is what it is. They're going to have a huge crowd advantage, which probably is what's playing into it. The crowd is probably going to be bigger pro San Diego State than it was pro Wyoming the other night. So, I think that's going to be a side story for sure is the crowd, because it was pro Wyoming, and it's going to be even bigger. San Diego State brought a lot of fans yesterday, and a lot more are expected to drive down today for the championship. It's an easy drive over from San Diego, so I would expect it to feel like a home game for San Diego State today. But Boise State's already won at Viejas Arena this year, so why not do it again? Susan says, wish I could be there. We'll be cheering from Boise. Get locked in, Broncos. Let's do this. Randy chiming in. This team is special. Any of the 8-man rotation can step up and make the difference. And, it's crazy. You think about that, Randy. You look at some of the stats from last night's game. Well, sure, Abu Kejab, 22 points. We'll talk about Mladen Armouche and how he was a possessed man last night with 16 points, 13 rebounds. Emmanuel Akot chimes in with 11. But I'm not sure many Boise State fans would have thought that the Broncos could have won if Tyson Degenhart did not score. Max Rice only had 2 points, and Marcus Shaver Jr. only had 7, and 5 of those came from the free throw line. So only 1 field goal combined from Tyson Degenhart and Marcus Shaver Jr., and you somehow win the game, in part because Najee Smith came off the bench and had 10 huge points. I thought he was just huge in this game. And again, Kejab early in the half, early in the game, I thought hit a couple threes that got the momentum going for Boise State. I thought that was big, but they're going to need Marcus Shaver Jr. and they're going to need Tyson Degenhart. They're not going to win tonight if those two guys combine for 9 points. So I think that's your, pick to click, so to speak. I think you need to see Degenhart and Shaver. They're going to be the keys. And I think once again, Milad Narmouche is going to be a big key. And we'll talk about him here in a little bit with what he's done and play the clip of last night with getting slided by Graham Ike. Jake Forsythe, the bookie, does not know Colin is there. Perfect. Yeah, Boise State has never lost a game that Colin Mitchell, our intern, has been to. I think they're like 12-0 or something now. And so Colin Mitchell has never seen a loss, and he'll be at every game the rest of the season. So that bodes well to cutting down the nets in the Final Four, I guess, for Boise State. Mark Carringer, it was good to meet you, Mark. Play D early like they did last night. Yep, that's going to be big. Carson says favored to win the tournament but not win the game. Interesting. Yeah, that is interesting how that works out. Mike says not bothered about not being favored. Less pressure. Go on and do the thing. Cut down some nets. Rudy says let them be the favorites. It's not like it's like not shaking hands before tip-off. Ross saying Shaver injury probably helps tilt the odds makers. Yeah, it's more of a sickness than an injury. But, yeah, he's obviously not right now, and we'll see what he's able to do today. I think a couple of days off for him would help. Boise State probably would benefit from being the Friday, Sunday. There's a Thursday, Saturday at 4 of the sites next week, and there's Friday, Sunday. Boise State probably benefits. Actually, I know they benefit if they're in the Friday, Sunday, which would be San Diego. I know San Diego for sure. I'm not sure if Dallas is Thursday or Friday for the first round, but I know that San Diego is Friday and Portland is Thursday. So if they were to go to Portland, they would play on Thursday next week. If they go to San Diego, they would play on Friday. Joe Lenardi, the updated brackets, he had Boise State up to a 6 seed. How about that? Joe Lenardi now has Boise State as a 6 seed in the NCAA tournament. Who would have ever thought when they were 3-4, not only would they get in, but they're going to be on the 5 or 6 line come Selection Sunday. Jerry Paul moved them up to a 7. So right now they're comfortably on the 7 line, it looks like. And then maybe with a win today, you can get to the 6 line. Who knows? Maybe even the 5. I mean, if they win today, they're going to have, I think, 9 quad 1 wins, maybe 10 quad 1 wins. Yeah, I mean, I think that's and yes, James says I see Lenardi has us going to Pitt. Yeah, not ideal at all. You don't want to go to Pittsburgh. I saw him playing as the 6, the 11. Notre Dame was the matchup there, but I think you'd rather probably be a little closer to Boise so some fans could travel if it meant maybe being 1 seed lower. I don't know what you guys feel about that, but Greenville wouldn't be a great one if you're a 7. Not sure you want to go all the way to Greenville. They have to play Duke in the second round. Obviously a lot of things still up in the air. What I would say is I would look more at the seed. What Joe Lenardi and Jerry Palm and all these guys say, worry more about what seed they have them than the location. It's so hard to pick the location. A lot of that for the middle seeds that don't get the advantage of like going closer to home. It's just a crapshoot. They feed them in randomly to kind of figure out the bracket. So I would worry more about what seed. And right now it looks like they're either going to be a 6 or a 7. I think a win today in the championship would for sure probably put them on the 6 line, I would think. Maybe cement that 6 line. I think they're probably locked in right now to a 7 seed going forward. I think that win last night probably moved them up to the 7 line with all the metrics and the net and all that kind of stuff. So I think they're in pretty good spot for the tournament, which is a big deal, obviously. Ross saying that the Shaver injury probably helps tilt the odds makers towards San Diego. Yeah, it could be. And I know someone mentioned his hip injury as well. Are the Broncos going to be at the selection show tomorrow at Extra Mile? That is the plan. They're working on flights. As of now, their original flight wasn't supposed to get back to Boise until like 3:40 p.m. and the show's at 4. So they are not chartering back tonight. And the nonstop Southwest flight tomorrow doesn't get into Boise till like 3:40 p.m. So as of now, they are trying to see if they can move up the flight or they'll just get there as fast as they can and try to get there before their name is called. But yeah, the team will be at some point at the selection show. And if you haven't heard about that, folks, everyone in Boise, you're welcome to come on out tomorrow. The gates open, I believe, 3 o'clock. The doors open, Extra Mile Arena. Come on out. It's free. And they're going to have the selection show playing on the Jumbotron. They're going to have, you can take pictures with the Mountain West Championship trophy. I think they're going to let you storm the court with the team after the show's over or when the team gets announced. So it's going to be a lot of fun. That'll be tomorrow at 3 o'clock Boise time. The show starts at 4. Get there early at 3 o'clock. It's free admission. Come on down to Extra Mile Arena and support the Broncos, win or lose today, as they find out where they're going in the NCAA tournament. Steve says, need production from our guards tonight. Go Broncos. Yeah, you do. You know, you need Marcus Shaver Jr. to do better than 1 for 6 in 23 minutes. So Tyson Degenhardt only played 18 minutes. Marcus Shaver Jr. only played 23 minutes. So maybe if both guys are able to go, that's a good sign that both those guys only played limited minutes, and they both should be pretty fresh tonight in the championship. Kaysen says he's feeling a big game by Marcus tonight. That would be a big one, certainly. James had a score prediction here, 62-46. Too much offense for Boise State. San Diego State D is great, but not offense. Yeah, certainly that, it's been lower scoring games. No doubt about it. When they played San Diego State, we'll see if it's the case again today. Looked like he tweaked his knee on TV. Any updates? It was either his knee or his hip. He fell on his hip at one point. I know that, and it was kind of a hip knee. I'm not exactly sure what it was. That would be that'd be a big deal. Jen saying 1 game at a time, go Broncos. You got Brian saying need UCLA to win today. They could move up to a 3 seed on the West Coast, and Boise could stay closer to home with a win. Yeah, that's true. If UCLA got to a 3 and got to play down there in San Diego or in Portland, Boise State could be the 6 there. I don't know how folks would feel about the matchup with UCLA in the second round as a 3-6. All right, Rudy chimes in. He's not your muss. He's not my muss. He's our muss. He's not your Yeah. Mladen Armouche, he had an incredible game last night, and let's play the clip. I don't know if you guys saw it before the game. We talked about it on the post-game show. Graham Ike did not shake his hand before the game. I talked about it last night, but if you're unfamiliar with it, during the tournament, they announce one player from one team, then one player from the other team. They go to midcourt and they shake hands. Then they do it with the next 2 players. They go out there, and sometimes they just fist bump. Sometimes they hug it out. Sometimes it's real quick, but it's a required thing you're supposed to do. The last player for Wyoming was Graham Ike. When his name was called, he was supposed to go to center court and wait. And then when Mladen Armouche was called, he would run out there and shake his hand. Well, Graham Ike wanted no part of going to center court. He didn't go to center court. He stayed in the huddle with Wyoming after his name was announced. One of the Wyoming coaches, a couple of them actually, were kind of pointing, "Hey, you got to go out there and shake Armouche's hand. You got to go out there." Graham Ike turns around, takes a look at Mladen Armouche, and mouthed something which I believe to be an expletive, and turned right back to his huddle and did not go meet Mladen Armouche after the game. I wasn't sure if Mladen Armouche saw that, but he obviously came out possessed early in the game. 2 big and ones, a couple of huge rebounds. So I asked Mladen Armouche after the game about that sequence.
Mladen, it looked like before the game when you guys were supposed to go to center court and do the handshakes that Graham Ike didn't go out there to shake your hand. Did you notice that at all?
Yeah, I did.
Did that have anything to do with how you came out tonight?
Kind of.
We took it personal. Shout out Michael Jordan.
Well, there we go. We were muted for a couple seconds. He took it personal, according to Abu Kijab, and Mladen Armouche just flat out said, I said, "Did you notice it?" And he just flat out said, "Yep, I did." And looked like he was a little extra motivated going into this one. And, it's kind of fun. You haven't heard much from Wyoming fans. The Wyoming fans, the Colorado State fans, they were very active on social media the last week or so. The whole issue was storming the court and whether or not that was something that, should have happened or not. And they didn't like the fact that I mentioned, that was a little surprised they stormed the court for a second-place finish. And, they were real chirpy the last couple days, but surprisingly quiet last night for Wyoming and Colorado State fans as they head back home. And they'll be watching today as Boise State and San Diego State play for a Mountain West championship. And, again, that was in part due to the work of Mladen Armouche. Let's just watch that one more time. Why not? Here's Mladen again after the game.
Mladen, it looked like before the game when you guys were supposed to go to center court and do the handshakes that Graham Ike didn't go out there to shake your hand. Did you notice that at all?
Yeah, I did.
Did that have anything to do with how you came out tonight?
Kind of.
He took it personal. Shout out Michael Jordan.
He took it personal. Shout out Michael Jordan. How about that? And again, he had a huge game. 16 points, 13 rebounds, 4 steals, a block. Mladen Armouche played 36 minutes in this game. He was just a man on a mission last night, and it was obvious now that we know that he was fired up by the slight there. Felt like he got slighted by Graham Ike. And, Graham Ike had 18 points and 6 rebounds, but, he went for 33 the last time these guys played. I thought the defense Mladen played was just unbelievable. The referees let some contact go. There may have been a foul or two on Mladen. I thought Mladen actually probably fouled him a couple times, but, they didn't call it. And Graham Ike only got to the free throw line 2 times, which I thought was a huge factor in this game. And so the problem is he's going to have to do it again. He's going to have to somehow, hopefully Mladen Armouche got some sleep last night because Nathan Mensah on the inside is he's the defensive player of the year in the conference. He's going to be a load. Mladen Armouche has not had great games offensively against Mensah. They're going to need him to bring it for 36 minutes again tonight probably, or here in a couple hours. So it's a huge challenge for Mladen Armouche. He exerted so much energy last night, and they're going to need him to do it again in the championship game here today. And keeping Mensah off the boards is going to be huge. And Boise State just doesn't really have another good post defender. I know, Tyson Degenhardt's pretty good, but he gives up a lot of length to Nathan Mensah because not only is Mensah tall, he's got really long arms. And so that's going to be a huge challenge on the interior for Boise State. I mean, you just look at San Diego State, they've got like 7 guys that are exactly the same. They're just 6'8" athletic players that are really hard, to defend. And Boise State's just going to have to do what they did today. I mean, Leon Rice said, and you'll hear from it here in a second, it felt like they had 6 guys out there on defense, for a lot of the game, and it really did. It really did feel like that. Boise State's defense was just insane, and they're going to have to do it again. Spencer saying, love that. Mike saying, the shout out Michael Jordan killed me. Spencer saying, wonder who the neutrals will cheer for today. Oh, that's a tough one. You'd think Boise State, right? Isn't people in the league tired of San Diego State always winning the Mountain West tournament, always winning the Mountain West? You'd think you'd want to have somebody new win it, but for whatever reason, Colorado State and Wyoming fans have enjoyed, throwing some jabs at Boise State fans the last couple of weeks, but we'll have to see. Jordan saying, great point. Random regular season game court stormers absent from the championship. Yeah, I saw somebody tweet they were surprised that Colorado State fans didn't storm the court for the quarterfinal win they had the other night. But Jared Kelly saying Marcus always comes up big in clutch games. It'll be a defensive battle, 59-52. Kaysen saying needs to bring that same energy. Mensah has had his number so far this year. Yeah, as I was just saying, Mensah really has dominated him, so that's going to be a huge factor in this game. Kelly asking about Degenhardt, the less minutes and impact the last couple of games. Yeah, he really hasn't done much of anything in this tournament. 2 games and really hasn't been a factor at all. So, we'll see. It's been a matchup thing at times, I think, but certainly you want, you need Tyson Degenhardt. I think he had, 9 points in the first game, didn't score. So in 2 games in the tournament, only 9 points for Tyson Degenhardt. Again, I don't think you have a chance to win this game if he doesn't score today. So, yeah, you need a big game out of Tyson Degenhardt. You need a big game out of all these guys. It's the championship game of the tournament. So you got to find a way to have guys step up, and I think Marcus Shaver is going to be a huge one as well. Randy Stevens saying Kellen Moore is the lucky charm. Yeah, Kellen Moore in attendance for these games. Matt Boucher's down here. You got Alex Guerrero, a lot, Jalen Henderson, the former quarterback. We've seen all kinds of the who's who. You got Travis Hawks and company. A lot of our supporters, actually. Travis Hawks with the Blue and Orange store. Brandon Minor, United Commercial Insurance. I mentioned Matt Boucher. A lot of our sponsors, Mark Ridley from Ridley's Family Markets is down here. A lot of our sponsors are big BSU sponsors as well, so we appreciate everybody for coming down. Brent is asking about a 2.5-point underdog, and yep, we showed that earlier. We'll show that again here on the screen if I can find it. The current odds, if you're just joining us right now, Boise State, 2.5-point underdogs. The total is 117, so basically what they're projecting is like a 60-57 San Diego State win is, more or less what it is. So that's the current odds. That's a live look at the board here at Circa Sports at Circa Resort and Casino, where fans are filing in. And again, the current odds have San Diego State as a 2.5-point favorite in this game. Boise State has won both regular season games. Boise State's the number 1 seed in the tournament, and yet it's San Diego State that is favored in this game. A little bit of a surprise there, but not really. San Diego State's going to have the huge crowd advantage in this game. It'll feel like a home game for San Diego State. But you know what? You take your chances at this point. The one thing I'll say, that second semifinal game didn't get over till about midnight. It was like 11:45 Pacific time here when that game ended. So all the San Diego State players that had all that energy until the end of the game probably didn't get back to their hotel till about 12:30. You're not going to bed after a game like that right away till 1 or 2 in the morning, and you got to turn around and play at 3 o'clock today. So it's only a couple hours, but Boise State at least had their game over by about 8:30 Pacific time. They were able to get back to the hotel by 9:30, and I think that is a big deal. So I do think that the extra couple hours Boise State got, being able to kind of kick their feet up, watch that game from the hotel, and then go to bed, probably by midnight or so, might help the Broncos. I know you say, oh, these are college kids, they're fine, whatever, but you play 3 games in 3 days. San Diego State's going to have to play a game on like a 15-hour turnaround. We'll see. They've done it before, and they've won in this tournament many times. This is the 5th straight year San Diego State has played in the championship game. It's the 12th time in the last 14 years that San Diego State has played in the championship game. So pretty impressive what they've done. I mentioned United Commercial Insurance. Brandon Minert is down here in Las Vegas. Huge Boise State fan. If you own a business, you may think you have good insurance for your business, but you probably don't. United Commercial Insurance makes it easy for business owners to look for business insurance, all the different policies. And guess what? They're a local company in Boise, but they can write policies in 44 states. So UnitedCommercialInsurance.com. Give them a call there, 208-229-8222. Tell them you heard about them on Bronco Nation News. And United Commercial Insurance just does a great job. We appreciate their support, as well as TCS, Transportation Compliance Service. All your needs if you're wanting to get into the trucking industry, we really appreciate them. Transcomservice.com. The phone number is there. They help if you're looking for a new career change or something, give them a shout out. Transportation Compliance Service. We really appreciate their support of the show. And don't forget about Dr. Chris Minert, the Boise Dentistry Co. If you're looking to get into a new dentist or you want to change, he's a huge BSU fan as well. So go talk Boise State sports at the dentist with Dr. Chris Minert. Those are my kids there on the screen. Our whole family has made the switch to Dr. Minert, and we're very happy. And you'll be happy if you make the switch as well. So we appreciate United Commercial Insurance, TCS, Transportation Compliance Service, as well as Boise Dentistry Co. for their sponsorships and their help in getting us down here. If you are thinking about a subscription, $35 right now. And if you paid full price, I apologize, but we're offering the sale right now. I can't cut you a deal. It's just the way business works. Prices change. Right now, it's $35. So it's only going on during the tournament, but, we got to fund the trip to wherever they go in the tournament next week. We got to fund all the stuff we're doing here at Bronco Nation News. So if you're able to help support us with a $35 subscription, it gets you a full year of exclusive content, and you're just kind of helping keep us alive here and do this kind of stuff. So it really would mean a lot to us. You just go to BroncoNationNews.com and you just type in the promo code on the subscription page for the yearly membership, BNN35. BNN35 gets you a full year subscription for just $35. That's access to giveaways, free rounds of golf at Timberstone Golf Course, Blue and Orange Store gift cards, all kinds of great stuff. And then we'll be doing some exclusive interviews with recruits and other things as we move along. And we got a lot of great exclusive content coming for members at BroncoNationNews.com. And again, just $35 for a year subscription if you use code BNN35. So we would appreciate that if you'd consider and support us with that. James saying at least they got the San Diego State graphic right. South Dakota State not happy seeing the wrong logo on Sports Center. Rudy saying well worth the price if you haven't pulled the trigger yet. Appreciate that, Rudy. Thank you so much. Kurt saying it's worth the $70 that he paid. Appreciate you, Kurt. That means a lot. And again, we're just getting started here. So we got a lot of great ideas. Is there a team send-off today? Don't know the answer to that, actually. Don't know the answer to that. Tanner's asking about the pregame party. Not sure about that either. Just check social media and we'll let you know. Kaysen Briggs, kind of coverage is rare. BJ's the man. Thank you, Kaysen. Not sure Colorado State or San Diego State fans would say the same, but who cares about them at this point, right? Boise State's playing for a title, and we're going to have some fun today and see what happens. Josh saying hasn't been this excited for a Bronco game since the last Fiesta Bowl. Go Broncos. Trevor saying if there was ever a year this is the year. And, yeah, why not, right? Why not? If there was ever a year to do it. You know, I think they would have rather played Colorado State, as I said, but they'll gladly take a chance to knock out the, team that's kind of dominated this conference for a long, long time today. Dakota saying Tanner Harmon better be loud in the stands today. How about, San Diego State will have a big crowd advantage, but the ones that show up for Boise State make some noise. I thought the band, shout out to the Blue Thunder Marching Band, Logan Dominguez, all of our friends there. They were waving the Bronco Nation News rally towels. We gave out like 300 of these, by the way. I got one more in my bag somewhere. But we had about 300 rally towels that we gave away for Bronco Nation News. Got one right here. If I can pull it out and open it up. So you probably saw some of these in the stands on TV, maybe not, but we had about 300 of these that we made. And appreciate Circa for helping us out with these as well. We're going to get some more made probably for football season or maybe we don't have time to get them done for the NCAA tournament. So we'll see there. Kaysen asked about thoughts on the Jayhawks tonight. A lot of Tech fans in the family, so I'll have to keep an eye on that game. It's at the same time, I believe, as the Boise State game. So I'll be watching the Boise State game. But, Rock Chalk Jayhawk, they probably get it done. They're basically playing a home game there in Kansas City, similar to what San Diego State will have tonight. Let's see some highlights. How about some highlights from that game last night? Armouche on the short bucket there on the interior. Armouche again with the putback. Boise State get out to that nice lead. They're up 15-9 right now. Najee Smith with the corner three. He was going crazy, getting the crowd into it. 18-9. Boise State takes the lead at that point. That was the only bucket for Marcus Shaver right there, by the way. This was a nice, fortunate bounce, which led to the bucket for EK there. Boise State up 9 here before the half. A little flip shot there. Go to the second half. Boise State up by 11. Left-handed shot there from Akai. I thought that was huge. And then Max Rice, the C's kind of opened. He scores the layup that put Boise State up 17 points. But Wyoming battled back. Drake Jeffries, that looked like a clear charge. How is that a block? Both feet are set. I mean, is there a more obvious call than that? I mean, I know it sounds homerish to say, but I mean, look at that. Feet are set. Right square in the chest. I mean, that should be as easy of a charge call as you can possibly make. But it's called a block. That helped kind of fuel the comeback. Drake Jeffries hit a couple threes. But in the end, the final shot, Abu Kijab kind of runs it out, puts in the final layup just for fun at the with 0.1 left on the clock. Somebody told me that may have covered the over-under, and that's incredible if it did there. Vegas is something else. But the time runs out. Boise State celebrating their fans. There's the cheerleaders, the Spirit Squad, the fans over there in the corner. There's Logan Dominguez and the Blue Thunder Marching Band, our friends over there. Buster Broncos fired up. Boise State celebrating a 68-61 win over Wyoming. There's Jeremiah Dickey. There's Leon Rice saluting the crowd as he heads off. You even had Abu Kijab in the stands hugging his mom. She's here seeing him play for the very first time. Thought that was pretty cool to see that moment up there. It's the first time she's seen him play in college. And, again, Boise State gets it done. Boise State gets it done, and they are going to the championship game with the 68-61 win. This is Boise State's first ever appearance in the championship game. Kelly saying could hear all the Bronco fans on the broadcast, maybe fewer numbers, but they were mighty. Great job. Mark Herringer says wearing the lucky socks he wore at the first Fiesta Bowl. The announcers couldn't believe that wasn't a charge either. Yeah, that was a crazy play. My under lost on that layup. Unbelievable. That's unbelievable that he runs it out and lays it in with 0.1 second left, and that changes the over-under. I mean, if that's not Vegas and how random sports gambling can be, I don't know what is. That's unbelievable. We have our Bronco flags, house and car, flying proud today. Anyone else? Yeah, what do you got going on today, folks? You got the lucky socks on. You got the special shirt on. This feels like a Fiesta Bowl almost, doesn't it? Maybe not quite that big, but this is one of the bigger games in the history of Boise State basketball today. I mean, it has to be. You guys are fans. You guys have been fans way longer than I've been covering this team. How big is this game for you guys? Where's this game rank? National TV, Big Boy CBS. A chance to win your first ever championship, improve your seed for the NCAA tournament, first ever Mountain West championship, I should say, in the tournament. They won the WAC obviously back in 2008, but to have a chance to win your conference tournament, be on national TV on CBS, potentially help your seed for the NCAA tournament. How are you guys? How you guys feeling? Where does this game rank for you guys all time in Boise State history? Let us know. How about Josh? Appreciate it, man. Just subscribed with the year discount. Get Colin to the dance. Appreciate the coverage. Thank you so much, Josh. Truly appreciate that. Let's see if anybody else will jump on board today. $35 using that promo code BNN35. It's easy. It takes about 2 minutes there at BroncoNationNews.com. We truly appreciate your pledge, your support, and we'll try to make it worth it to you with continued coverage like this the rest of the season throughout the tournament. Brent's saying go Billikens. Yeah, they play today. They're trying to stay alive as well. Ross asking if I am hungover at all. Rum and diet. I am not, but there may be a reason you don't see Colin Mitchell on the screen right now. Let's just say that Colin may still be recovering, if so to speak. But it was a fun night for all as Boise State wins. Fremont Street was going strong at about 2:30 last night. They had the live music. If you ever want to, someone challenged me on a better place to people watch than Fremont Street on a Friday night. It was quite fun. Andrew says, subscribing today. Love your work. Thank you so much, Andrew. I really appreciate that. $35 using the promo code BNN. We'll make it worth it to you. Goes back to the full price the second year, but I promise it'll be worth it to you, and we really appreciate it. So jump in now while you can. Let us know again, where do you rank this game in Boise State history? National TV, a chance to improve your seed, a chance to win, a chance to go into the tournament on a high note. Where is this one for you guys? How big is this one for you? Get your comments in, get your thoughts in on that. And while you're doing that, let's go ahead and hear Coach Leon Rice. This was his opening statement from Coach Rice last night after the win.
Well, first of all, I'm just so proud of the way our guys came out of the gate. I mean, boy, we came out with some intensity, and that defense that we played was terrific. In the first half, we were just flying around and making every shot tough for them, and they made some tough ones, but it was just a multiple effort defense, and looked like we had 6 guys out there, and so we had a great approach and a great way to start the game, and but I know that's a really, really good team, and certainly an NCAA tournament-worthy team that we just played. I mean, they have no quit in them, and we knew that. We knew it was going to be a battle to the end, and it's hard for me. I told the team this. It's always hard for me to single out guys because we have so many guys that contribute to what we do, and Naj is big. Off the bench today, he had a look in his eye that was just terrific. He was just locked in, ready to go, and he played that way and made huge plays for us. And Abu was, I think he guarded their entire team on one possession in the first half. He's, he plays with such great spirit and enthusiasm and energy that rubs off on the rest of the team. And then, you can't say enough about what Mladen did today. And, he's guarding one of the best centers in the league. And, he ends up getting 16 points, 12 rebounds, 4 steals. Well, I mean, just a yeoman's work. I never took him out in the second half. And, but, I got Warriors. And I said that yesterday about how competitive they are and how tough they are. And they showed that today.
Well, there he is, Leon Rice, speaking after the win for Boise State. 68-61. He's at the podium yesterday, and he's been happy the last 2 days, and I think he's hopeful to be back seeing us at the media at the podium with a happy mood today. Think about the scene. It could be if they cut down the nets, a celebration on the court on national TV, winning a Mountain West championship for the second time in a span of 10 days or so. Craig Thompson potentially handing a trophy to Leon Rice in Boise State. Colin Mitchell getting they're calling him out here. College kids, Colin Mitchell can't hang with the big boys. To be fair, I think it's more tired. I don't know if it was, I don't think it was that he was drinking too much. He was just tired. So he's been putting in a lot of hours. He got after it the first couple of nights pretty good, and he's been on a lack of sleep. So I told him he could sleep in. So let's not go too much on Colin. He's doing an amazing job. Boise State has not lost since he's been here. All the highlights, all the things you see, he put together for us. He does an amazing job behind the scenes. So we wouldn't be in the situation we are with Bronco Nation News if it wasn't with Colin Mitchell. All right, Spencer, just subscribed. Appreciate you. Enjoy enjoy watching these at work. Just don't tell my boss. All right. Appreciate it, Spencer. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate this. $35 is the promo code BNN35. You get a full year of exclusive content and coverage. And again, we're knee-deep in basketball and these shows and stuff, but we got some stuff planned for the summer and a lot of great stuff. And, if you like having Jay Tust on and John Mallory and Mike Prater and all those kinds of guests we have on the morning shows, well, we pay them for that. So your subscription helps bring on additional folks to do live shows and things, and allows a lot of the stuff that we do here to happen. So it really does. You're not just putting $35 in my pocket. I can promise you that. It's going to help do a lot of things that we want to do in terms of, bringing on, we got Jay Tuss 2 days a week. Let's bump him up to 3 or 4 or even 5. Why not if we can make it happen? John Mallory, Mike Prater, we'd love to extend this and have longer, appearances with these guys and things like that. So, I think it's going to be, every dollar helps, and we're going to continue to make this, hopefully, your number one spot for Boise State news and information moving forward. Kurt says, don't spend my money on Prater. All right. I will make sure your $70 did not go to pay for Mike Prater. Some love him, some hate him, but he's Mike Prater, and I think he does bring value to this town. And I think he's he's a friend of mine, and I know some people have their opinions, but there's not someone that's covered Boise State longer that's not fair, not afraid to give his opinion, good or bad, than Mike Prater, and you got to have that in this town. So we're thankful to have him and KTIK helping us out here. Mike says he'll be at the game tonight. That's awesome to hear, Mike. Kaysen saying definitely number one, in my opinion, until next week when we win our first game in the Big Dance. Rudy saying this game will go a long way in proving we are more than a football school. Yeah, I mean, you got this far, and it's going to be a good, either way, you're in the tournament, you're going to have a good seed. You don't really, I don't say you don't care, but it's not like the end of the world if you lose this game. But, man, if you find a way to just get the job done and finish it and have that title, that would just mean so much for this program moving forward. Worked out with my Boise State victory shirt. Go Broncos! Big game, huge hurdle to get over if they win the championship. One of the bigger games for sure. Winning in the Big Dance would be the biggest. Well, biggest win, sure, but biggest game going in, we'll have to see. Jordan says biggest game since the WAC final. Rice's first year versus number 23 Utah State. You know what? That's a good point. That's probably a good point because that was a game that would have got you in the NCAA tournament if you won. If Boise State would have won that game, they would have been into the NCAA tournament. They're already in the tournament this year, but it doesn't get a whole lot bigger than that probably at this point. I think that's a good call. Ball game should be paying you, is what Rudy says. Appreciate that. That's funny. He came on the post-game show last night. We're appreciative of that. Best Mountain West basketball tournament ever. Voice is almost gone, but we'll be loud and proud today. Go Broncos, BNN, great coverage. Appreciate you, Melinda. Appreciate that. That means a lot. Big game for recruiting, being on national TV. I agree with that as well, Tanner. It's obviously a huge game for the recruiting aspect of it. You got a chance to, again, have Kevin Harlan on the call. I mean, he's one of the main CBS announcers. He'll be doing an Elite Eight game somewhere. He does all the NFL games. I mean, Kevin Harlan is as big as it gets, and he'll be out there. Hey, while I have everybody here, don't forget about the Bronco Nation News Golf Tournament, June 3rd. I got the graphic covered up by the logo. I'll try to get that off there, but June 3rd is the date. So Timberstone Golf Course, we're partnering with them. We're really excited about this. So thank you to Timberstone Golf Course. Get out there and play if you're looking for a golf course. I got the best greens in the valley. It's a beautiful course. Everyone thinks it's this really long drive out there. It's really not. It's about 30 minutes from the Flying Y. Head on out to Caldwell. It's a great course. You can get your tee time booked at playtimberstone.com. But save the date, June 3rd, the first annual Bronco Nation News Golf Tournament. We're going to hopefully have some celebrities out there playing. I think Coach Rice may even be out there. Some of the basketball coaches, they've are looking at the date and have tentatively committed to coming out and meeting fans and playing. And Coach Rice may even do the celebrity shot on the par 3 where he'll get to see each group and take a shot for you on the par 3. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to that. June 3rd, save the date for that. And maybe we can get the trophy out there and have people taking pictures with that. We'll see. But, and again, Timberstone Golf Course, we appreciate their support here on the show. Yeah, Don, I gave Don the shout out already. Don's driving down. Well, give us I know you're driving, Don, but you can let us know. Be careful if maybe you're pulled over right now, but let us know where you are on the drive. But Don left at like 4:00 this morning from Boise to make it in town for the game. Mike says, drive safe, by the way, Don. Looking forward to seeing you down here. Michael saying this is the biggest game since Kobe Carl triple overtime game in Vegas. Kurt says he doesn't play golf. Rudy does say that Timberstone, the best course in the valley. It really is, and we appreciate their support, and we're thankful for them for sponsoring, joining board and sponsoring. We're going to have some free rounds to give away, so really excited about that. We're going to shut this down. 45 minutes with ridiculous viewership. Really appreciate everybody for checking it out. Thank you to all of our great sponsors. Again, Lithia Ford of Boise, that car or truck, new or used. Go ahead and check that out. We appreciate them. LithiaFordBoise.com. They do a great job. We really appreciate them. ICCU.com, Idaho Central Credit Union. They've been a big sponsor of ours. We gave out 100 pairs of ICCU sunglasses during our party the other night. So we're having a lot of fun down here in Las Vegas. I mean, and again, look at this view. We are live at the sports book. It doesn't get any better than this. You got all the betting odds over there. The tables, people already coming in to make their bets. There's the betting windows down there at the bottom. And then you just got all these just mammoth-sized TVs. It's just unbelievable. You saw yesterday we were at the out there at the sports book, or at the pool. Today we're at the sports book. This place is going to be packed today for some Mountain West basketball. And, again, appreciate all you guys for checking us out. $35. We would really appreciate it. BNN35 is the promo code. Go to BroncoNationNews.com. That's going to end after the Mountain West tournament here. We may do an NCAA tournament promo as well to keep it going. But again, we'll be live. The game's at 4 o'clock. We'll be live about 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock back in Boise. We'll be live courtside at the Thomas & Mack Center. We'll have pregame warm-ups, all kinds of great stuff as we get you set for pregame. I'll see if I can maybe even get Kevin Harlan to do a quick interview with me and preview the game. We'll see if we can make that happen or not. But thanks so much for checking us out. Thanks so much for your support of Bronco Nation News. It's been a fun ride. The Broncos are 24-3 since we started Bronco Nation News, and we'll see if we can keep it going. There's the Boise. Brent saying thanks. Go Broncos. It's been a fun ride. Again, 24-3. Pretty hard to believe. We've only had to do a post-game show 3 times after a Boise State loss in like 3 months since we started the site. So hopefully that'll be the same this afternoon. We would love to do a post-game show. I've got an 8:40 flight tonight back to Boise. I would love to almost miss that flight maybe because we're doing a extended post-game show and showing highlights of the net cutting ceremony and the trophy and all that good stuff. So we'll be back again 3 o'clock, the live Lithia Ford of Boise pregame show. 3 o'clock, we'll be courtside at the Thomas & Mack Center to get you set for the game. And you can bring those score predictions for the James as well. We'll take those on the pregame show, $25 gift card to the James Whiskey and Cocktails. So thank you so much again for checking us out. BJ Rains, this has been a lot of fun. It's been an awesome 4 days. I'm so appreciative of all the support, of all the people that have come up and met me at the games, here at the hotel, all around town. It's just been a great 4 days for Boise State and Bronco Nation and Bronco Nation News too. So we're rolling along, folks. It's been fun. Let's keep it going. Boise State trying to go for that Mountain West championship tonight. It's a big one. And again, we'll have you covered 3 o'clock from the Thomas & Mack Center. Thanks so much, folks. We really appreciate it. Let's see what happens this afternoon. One of the biggest games in Boise State history. It's going to be a lot of fun. Bronco Nation News will have you covered. We'll talk to you later. Bronco Nation News, BroncoNationNews.com.